You do it every single day. You fill out a form online, you hit a button, and stuff just happens. But what's really going on behind the scenes? We're going to trace the secret journey your data takes, from the moment you click Submit to that second you see a welcome screen.
Seriously, have you ever stopped to think about it? It feels like straight-up magic. You pop in your details, click one little button, and boom, you're in. But in that split second, what's happening? Where is your information going, and how does that website know it's really you? Well, that's the exact mystery we're about to unravel.
And that's really the heart of it all. That simple login box you see? It's the handshake. It's the bridge between you, a person, and a super complex application running somewhere on a server. It's basically the front door. And understanding how that door works is, well, it's key to understanding how the whole web really functions.
Okay, so picture this. You've typed in your username, your password, your finger is hovering over that submit button. That single click, that's the starting gun. That's what kicks off this whole incredible journey for your data.
The instant you click that button, your browser basically turns into a high-tech postal worker. It carefully bundles up your username and password into a little digital package. We call this an HTTP request. And then, whoosh, this request gets launched from your computer, travels through the internet, and heads to its destination, the web server. But how it sends that package is critically important.
So this data can be sent in two main ways, get and post. And honestly, the best way to think about this is a postcard versus a sealed letter. A GET request? That's the postcard. All the information, your data, is written right there in the URL for anyone to see. But a POST request, that's the sealed letter. It tucks all that data securely inside the body of the request, totally hidden from prying eyes.
So when would you use each one? Well, GET is actually perfect for something public, like a Google search. You want to be able to see that search term in the URL so you can bookmark it or share it. But for a login form where you're sending a password, yeah, that's a no-brainer. You are absolutely going to use POST to keep that sensitive info safe and sound inside its sealed envelope.
Okay, so our sealed letter, our POST request, has arrived at the web server. Now, something has to be there waiting to catch it, to open it, and to figure out what to do with it. In the world of Java web apps, that something is a servlet.
You can think of the servlet as the server's brain for this whole operation. It's the central command center, right? Its job is to catch that incoming request, unpack the data inside, and then run all the important logic needed to handle it. It's the receptionist that directs the traffic.
So for our login request, the servlet has a pretty clear to-do list. First, it receives the request. Simple enough. Then it extracts the username and password from that sealed envelope. Next, and this is the important part, it validates those details, usually by checking them against a database. And finally, based on that result, it makes the call. It forwards the user to the welcome page if they're legit, or to an error page if they're not.
So the servlet has done its job. It's confirmed the login is good. Now the server has to build a response page to send back to your browser. And for this, the servlet calls in its partner.
And that partner is called a JSP, or Java Server Page. You know, if the servlet is the brains handling all the logic, the JSP is the artist handling how things look. It's basically a template. It can take data from the servlet, like your name, and use it to build a dynamic, personalized HTML page to send right back to you. And this right here is a really classic, really powerful idea in programming. It's called separation of concerns. The servlet handles the thinking, all the nitty-gritty back-end logic and data crunching. Meanwhile, the JSP handles the looking, the visual presentation, the HTML that you, the user, actually get to see. They're a fantastic team.
So let's put all the pieces together. Let's do a quick recap of the data's entire round trip, from your screen all the way to the server and back again.
Here it is, the whole flow in 5 simple steps. It starts with a click. Your browser then sends your data in a secure POST request. On the other end, a servlet will process your login details. Then a JSP will build the welcome page. And finally, your browser gets that page back and displays the result. Click, send, process, build, display. The whole thing happens in like the blink of an eye.
And that's really the main takeaway here. What feels like this instantaneous magic is actually a very logical, very elegant process. This combo of servlets for logic and JSPs for looks is a classic, powerful way to build web apps that makes this whole data journey totally straightforward and organized.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you've seen the entire path, From the browser to the server and all the way back, where do you think the most critical security point is? Is it when the data is flying across the internet? Or is it when the servlet is actually handling the password? The path itself is clear, but making sure every step of it is secure? Well, that's the real challenge.